And welcome to Omni Edition Garden City. I am Dan York, our first program of 2021, and with us is Brad Chiasson. He is the Parks and Recreation Director for the City of Garden City. Welcome back to this program.
Thank you very much for having me.
We want to talk about programs that are going on in Parks and Recreation and programs that will be going on in the future, and that's kind of the key phrase around your place these days is in the future. You guys have been shut down for what, two and a half months now?
Yeah.
And essentially everything?
Yeah, both the Ice Arena and Maplewood Community Center. However, with Maplewood, we do have a food pantry there, so that has remained open this whole time to offer food to families in need. But everything else has been shut down for the most part.
So the governor and the health department have relaxed some of the restrictions.
Yes, thankfully, yes.
Let's go by building. What can you do at the Civic Arena right now?
At the Ice Arena right now, we can do anything but non-contact sports.
Okay.
So anything. So we're offering open skate now. We're also offering our sticks and pucks. And then any of our contracted groups we're allowing as well. But unfortunately, we can't do our adult hockey league or over 30 hockey league.
All right. And are you targeting a date for that, or do you not really have any?
Well, we were hoping February 1st, but that has been extended for non-contact sports. So unfortunately, that's been extended to February 21st.
At the very least.
Yes. Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah.
And is there any back and forth between the state and the health department and local parks and recreations, or do you just read it in the paper like everybody else?
I'm pretty much going with everybody else. We're trying to push to allow contact sports to come back. We were pretty successful in the fall when we were able to be open, but since then it's been one of those things where that's what the health department's telling us, so that's what we're going to go with.
All right.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that are available at Maplewood Center right now?
Yeah, with Maplewood, that just recently opened up. We're actually offering our group fitness classes.
Okay.
And then our dance classes as well, which are very popular. We're also providing some daily drop-in activities like pickleball and preschool playtime and stuff like that.
So we talked about this before, pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
Explain that, because it's pretty big around the country. It's getting big here, but it's not that big here yet.
Yeah, so basically it's a cross between badminton and tennis.
Okay.
It's a little bit slower, so it's really popular with the senior population. But in previous positions that I've been in, we actually play it as young adults.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually quite fun. You don't have to be extremely athletic to play it. And it's got really simple rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people can drop in. You don't have to have a team.
Yep.
Can you have a team? Can you show up with four? What is it, two-a-side or four-a-side?
Yep, it's two-a-side, just like tennis. For right now, we're just doing it as a drop-in.
Okay.
But hopefully, if it gets popular, we'd like to create almost like a league if we could. In previous positions I've been at, they usually just do a drop-in type of program. But if we could offer both, so then that way it gets a little competitiveness out for adults.
All right, so that's on Tuesdays from when to when?
That's on Tuesdays from 10 to 12 p.m.
Okay.
And it's just a $3 drop-in.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You said it's like badminton,
mm-hmm.
but you're also having badminton, correct?
Yes, we are. Yes. So I'm come from sporting background, so I wanted to create some opportunities for the adults in the community to come out and just be able to play some sports that are not very too active, I guess, in a sense. It's a little bit more docile in a sense.
Well, definitely low contact.
Yes, low contact, but it's still fun to play.
Sure.
For some people, it might remind you of your childhood, because I remember playing badminton back in high school. So it's just a fun sport to play. Again, that's another sport that I played with colleagues at my old job previously. So that's going to be on Thursdays from 10 till 12 p.m.
Okay.
And that'll additionally be a $3 drop-in.
Okay.
If that gets really popular, we'll look at that and evaluate it if we want to go with a league kind of standpoint with that, or if it just is successful being drop-in, we'll just leave it at that.
And that's just in the gym at Maplewood Center?
Yep, absolutely.
And how many people aside for that?
That can be two-a-side as well. So we can only fit one court in that gymnasium.
Sure.
But hopefully with the Ice Arena, if we're able to get AC in there, that can maybe create more opportunities to expand that and have more courts out.
So is it only two-a-side for badminton? Or
yes.
is there? Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Shows you how much I know about that. And in the notes that I saw from you, also you have a preschool playtime, I guess, for lack of a better term, that you're doing at Maplewood Center every day, or not every day, but every week.
Yeah, for on Mondays from 9:30 until 11. It's basically for your mom and top program. If you're trying to look for an opportunity to get out of the house, you'll be able to come by, and we have your tumble mats and stuff like that. So far, it's been pretty popular. We had, I think, 8 families out this past Monday. So it's getting more and more popular as it starts to grow, and we hope to bring more activities for that playtime as well. Like maybe do we get a inflatable jump house,
sure,
to have inside there, to kind of expand on that horizon and just keep it fresh and new for all the kids.
And I guess you have to be kind of nimble because you don't know what restrictions will be coming or what restrictions will be loosened at any point in time. So you have to be able to be flexible.
Yep. And everything that we have in the community center, we do ask that everybody wear a mask, just so we're abiding by those rules.
Sure.
And make sure everybody's safe at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you have some events you're trying to roll out now at the Maplewood Community Center now that you're able to open the doors back up.
Yes. We actually have a kids dodgeball program. We just had our rate night where we take all the kids and kind of see what kind of level they are. And then we categorize them onto teams, and we have 4 teams right now. And that is going to start on Monday at 6:30. So that's when the league actually starts.
Okay.
So we do have a couple of spots that are still open that we can take on a little bit more registration for it. But it should be a lot of fun to watch.
So same thing with that. It's not drop-in, but you also don't bring your own team. You just bring your own child, sign them up.
Yep. And just you sign them up. It's only $25. But it goes for, I believe, 8 weeks for that program, and that will start on Monday.
And what's the line? If you can catch a wrench, you can catch a dodgeball? Or is it throw a wrench, you can, I don't remember.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What?
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Dodgeball. There you go.
Yep.
There will be no wrenches involved. I just want to make that clear.
Not this time.
I shouldn't have confused
maybe.
things with that, but there will be no wrenches involved in the making of this dodgeball league. All
Correct,
right.
yeah.
Snow on the ground, but it's never that far from softball season.
Correct.
And softball is huge in Garden City. Your leagues are huge in Garden City.
Yep.
Your signups are huge in Garden City, and I imagine they're underway already.
Yes, absolutely. We are going to be starting our spring session on April 11th.
Okay.
We're going to be having softball on Sundays that's men's E-League. And then Tuesdays is going to be co-ed. Thursdays is going to be men's E-League again. And then Fridays is going to be our open league again.
Okay.
So that's for your competitive teams that are like D, C, B, A levels and above.
Sure.
So all those guys that can knock it out of the park and are really good, that's the Friday for them to come to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they contact the parks. This has to be done over the phone and in person, right?
Yep.
You can't sign up online for that.
No, not yet.
Okay. So you come to the ice arena and sign up there and pay your fees and everything there.
Yep, absolutely.
And all the information is available online, right?
Yes, yep. And I would suggest if you do have a team that you've played with on a regular basis, I would get registered sooner rather than later because spots are filling up already.
Oh, I imagine they will, yeah.
Yep.
Now, one thing you tried to do a little bit last year, it didn't get much traction. I think it'll go great this year, is you're trying to set up kickball, right?
Yep.
Adults and kids?
Just adults right now. We're still working on the kid concept because also with this program, we don't want to take away from any of our local agencies like our GCYAA for baseball and stuff like that. So that might be held off until after their seasons are done, along with soccer as well, because it's going to be a kicking motion. So we want those guys to be successful too. But sharing is caring, right? You want to make sure that everybody is getting the experiences that they want. So, but yes, with kickball, adult league is going to be starting in April. We did only a small summer fall league last year. We had 8 teams, which we teamed up with Westland. I think this year we're going to just go for Garden City.
Sure.
And really just push it to put it out there and just for our adults right now.
So not just City Park and not just Maplewood Community Center, but the Parks and Recreation Program or the Parks and Recreation Department is responsible for other facilities and other buildings like Helen Park and Moeller Field and other places in the community. And one of the important things that the Parks and Recreation Department has to do is find grant funding and find funding for different projects throughout the community, because there are funding mechanisms through the county, there's funding mechanisms through the state, even federal sometimes.
Absolutely.
And you have that when it comes to City Park now, and some playground equipment that might get installed.
Yeah, absolutely. Luckily for me, Dan Pulmonte did a lot of the legwork before I got here to get this grant from DNR. And this is a matching grant for some new playground equipment at City Park. It's going to make the playground ADA accessible, which is great. And also the two pavilions that are nearby, they'll have trails that are ADA accessible to get to those pavilions as well.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a great opportunity for us. We're in the final stages of that project, so we're definitely looking forward to getting the ground broke for that and getting that in there.
So would that be a 2021 project, you hope?
I hope, but if not, I would hope at the very least maybe late fall.
Okay.
And
this is a grant we've already been approved for, or you're still trying to get?
Yes, there's still the approval process. There's a thing called tribal approval. So that's where we're at right now, and we're giving it till the end of this month, and then I'm going to check back on it to see where we're at, to see if there's anything else that they need from us, and kind of going from there.
All right.
Yeah.
And I mentioned the smaller parks. There's Florence Park, there's Helen Park, and there's some work that's going to go on at Helen Park this year.
Yeah. Back in 2018, we got a Wayne County Park Millage funding grant for a new walkway at Helen Park. And this would connect the two opposite roads of Helen Park, because it goes through
Helen and Deering, yeah.
Yep. And so when we first put it out for bid, the bid was too high from what the funding that we received. So we went back and got some more funding for the following year from Wayne County, and we were able to establish that, and now we're actually able to go and get that done now.
All right. And I heard Glenn Anderson last night at the city council meeting. He mentioned he tries to make sure that Garden City at least gets back what they put in to the county for these parks and recreation projects.
Yeah.
To be able to improve our own parks and recreation facilities.
Yeah.
So ever since you've been here, things have been at like half speed, and I'm sure you're looking forward to when you can actually run these programs at full speed.
Yes.
Last year, the shutdowns mostly occurred in the spring. It appears, anecdotally, that this spring things should be much looser and much more open now that we know more about coronavirus, now that people are getting vaccines, now that things seem to be a little more under control, at least in Michigan.
Right.
So, again, that will be a challenge to you. All these projects and all of these events that you've wanted to do for the past year and haven't been able to do, hopefully you can do at least some of them this year.
Yeah, that is the goal. I mean, we're still planning on doing our egg hunt in April.
An Easter egg hunt.
Yep, it's an Easter egg hunt that we'll hold at City Park. I believe it's Saturday, April 3rd that we'll be doing that.
Okay.
That'll start at 9 a.m. And that's pretty much for ages all the way up until 11.
Okay.
And it's going to be a free event for everybody. So we're really striving to have that happen this year because unfortunately we weren't able to do it. But we have 10,000 eggs just waiting for kids to take off our hands. So
wow, they must smell bad by now.
we keep them down in the compressor room so it's a little away from us and sealed boxes. But, once we're outside, it doesn't even matter anymore, right? So, no, but they're still good to go, and we're ready to have that event.
All right. And lots of other news coming down the pipeline here in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months regarding Parks and Recreation and things you're hoping to be able to do with the parks themselves and your programs.
Absolutely, man. We're super excited. We have a great team, and we're ready to hit the ground running.
All right. Well, Brad, I want to thank you for taking time to talk with us. Wish you the best of luck with all of these projects. And we're going to get out and get some video and get some stills of these projects and these programs here in the next couple of weeks.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks very much for watching Omni Edition Garden City. I'm Dan York. Good night, everybody.